put you in there as bait.
Hello, Internet. How is everyone doing tonight? Welcome. It's Saturday night. Ready to have some fun, do the things with some more live D&D play. Tonight is Challenge Accepted, a group of adventurers who I really not sure right now. They're just kind of wandering through the world and trying to make it a better place wherever they go. So join our group of do-gooders as they endeavor to do good. Right now, they're currently on the coast, a modified version of the Sword Coast, near the city of Saltmarsh. They had just gone to speak to a lizard folk colony that had established itself in the outer reaches of the Mire of Dead Men. So we will see what happens with that. But before we get to all of that, I want to say hi. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Doing all right?
Doing well.
Yeah.
On your Saturday?
Yeah.
Thus far.
So far, so good.
Awesome. Want to do a shout out and a thank you to Sirenscape for all the background music and soundboards. Check them out at sirenscape.com if you're looking for some music to make your tabletop experience just a little more interesting. Whether it's sci-fi, fantasy, or everything in between, go check out sirenscape.com for more information. Also, a shout out and a thank you to all of you in the community who watch these videos. Your support is amazing and appreciated. No matter what the level of support you choose to give, whether it's hitting the like button, subscribing, hitting the bell, putting a comment, hanging out in the chat with us, those are all ways that we appreciate. If you want to do more and you want to see how much fun you can have, there's a couple of different things you could do. One, you can go over to patreon.com/scuba studio and consider joining as a patron over there. There's a variety of tiers to choose from, and any support there is greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to do something to make the game a little more interesting, check out the description here on this video. You'll see a list of options how you, the viewer, or the trickster, as I like to call them, can influence how the game goes. There's a variety of options there, as well as a link for a way to make the party love you or hate you, or just make the world more interesting. Because, hey, I think as I said this morning, the best way to do it is embrace your inner Loki and be a trickster.
I need a big horn helmet.
Always love.
Well, that show is coming out in June, so we should be able to see what happens there over on Disney Plus. This morning we had this morning was Shadow Watch, another live D&D game we do at 1 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. Tomorrow morning at 12 noon here on YouTube is going to be Sunday with Scoob, 2-hour bit where I paint miniatures and chat with friends. And Tuesday night, 9 p.m. is our podcast, Scuba and the Rye, where Rye and I talk about games, movies, and a whole variety of things. Next week on Tuesday is going to be the release of the latest Dungeons & Dragons source book, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. So go, if you haven't pre-ordered it yet, go to dndbeyond.com, pre-order it. Go call up your local game shop, see if you can pre-order copies there. I have mine on pre-order, and I'm looking forward to picking it up on Tuesday. So we will be talking about first impressions on the podcast this week.
Yay, local game shops, they're back.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to get that alternate cover. So I think that's all of my announcements and things. If there's nothing else, then we can just dive right in and see what happens on our crocodile hunt. All right.
You laughed a little bit too much there.
Yeah.
You laughed a little bit too much.
Yeah. It's a little bit disconcerting.
Hey, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Didn't say kaiju hunt. I think we're going to be okay.
All right. Well, that being said, the party recently visited a group of lizard folk that had set up, kind of reclaimed an old fortress of theirs and set up kind of a habitation there. The Council of Saltmarsh was a little concerned about the intent of these lizard folk so close to their home. So they sent our party of adventurers to go and parley with the lizard folk to get their intent and act on the council's behalf to try to broker some sense of peace and negotiation. Really, I'm seeing I need to do. Alrighty. So what was I? Oh yeah. So you'd gone and you'd met with the queen. The lizard folk queen. Her name was Queen Othakent, Othokent, and her advisor Shiv, and had been asked to go and investigate a problem they have. Near their border and their patrol route, there happens to be a very large crocodile. They have called Thousand Teeth the Devourer. And this particular crocodile was first thought of as a good omen for the tribe, because the lizard folk consider crocodiles sacred. And then the crocodile started eating some of the lizard folk, and they felt that they were kind of in a rough situation. They have to deal with the lizard. They can't bring themselves to kill the crocodile because they consider it sacred, but they can't afford to leave that particular section of their border exposed because they believe there's a threat that could use that as an avenue of approach. So here comes a group of adventurers who are not lizard folk and do not appear to have any qualms with dealing with a large crocodile. So the party has left the tribe and is going to search and hunt for a crocodile. So we'll pick up right outside the lizard folk colony. You've taken the chance to rest the previous day, so you are fully rested, ready to go. You have a rough direction of where Thousand Tooth has made his lair. It is along the river. It's roughly about 12 miles as a crow flies to where the croc is. So you have a choice of following the river along its bank, which not sure how long that would be because the river does kind of twist and turn as it progresses through the mire, or you could just trudge through the mire and make your way to this location. Choice is yours.
Bring us a guide, right? To guide us there.
Yeah, a couple of lizard folk are going to come with, but they're essentially non-combatants, and they're the ones that are telling you could either go this way or you could go that way. The choice is yours.
Which way is the most expedient way?
Any chance we get a small boat or a skiff or something? No.
Keeping in mind that we don't swim as well as you do, which way is the most convenient?
Again, the walking through the marsh would not be terrible. It's going to be walking through the marsh. There are some sections that aren't very deep, and they can steer you away from those areas. But it's walking through the swamp. The other one, which is following the path of the river kind of twists and turns, so it will take longer to follow the bank of the river than it would be to walk through the marsh. The difference is walking through the marsh is going to make it slower because it's the marsh. So again, it's kind of what you guys want to do. The marsh will take about 8 hours walking. Following the river will take about 12 to 13 hours.
All right. Well, we don't want to be here in the dark, I don't think. So you mean the marsh?
I think we'll end up in the dark regardless. Because if it's basically a day's travel during the daylight hours to get there, it'll be just as long to come back.
Let's take the road and camp before we go in. We'll travel, or not the road, but the river, I meant to say. let's travel the river since it's easy, a little bit easier, and then we can make a camp out there. And then before we go to the place where the crocodile is, maybe.
Sounds reasonable.
And then if we hit there in the morning, then we might be able to make it back before it gets dark the next day. I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, when are we starting? It's the morning, yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I'd rather
It's
not walk
early
into-
morning. Sun is just starting to rise. You have that pre-dawn light in the area. You hear all the wonderful sounds of nature in the mire. You're debating and deciding which path.
Well, I guess I'm good for either path. But I'm just concerned a little bit that the river provides a ambush opportunity for a crocodile. And I think we want to try to ambush him instead.
But we could be ambushed on either front, whether in the marsh or in the river.
That's true.
Let's
So
go. Let's go to the river.
I'm good with anything.
I'm mostly thinking about being this tall. So
We could get you one of those little reed things.
yes, that's what I would have.
You know, just be a reed, just kind of drifting through the marsh, little air bubbles coming out.
Sounds wonderful. I like it.
The lizard folk are guiding us, correct? The two non-combatants. Speaking to them in Draconic, I'll ask if anyone has ever spoken to Thousand Teeth, the Devourer.
They look at you and like, oh, doesn't understand us. Or the only people who would have spoken to him would have been shamans. And there hasn't been and the last shaman who went out to speak with Thousand Tooth didn't come back.
Fair enough. So reasoning with him is out of the question.
Kind of give you like, I don't know.
Talking to a crocodile, I don't know. Are you crazy?
Wow, thank you. And I'll communicate that to the rest of the party that doesn't speak Draconic.
While we're walking along the river, I guess, right?
Yes.
We all said river.
So we're gonna do the river route. Okay.
Yeah.
Collapse that.
I'm thinking if he doesn't surprise us, if we can lure him in, we can get the jump on him maybe by using an illusion or something like that. That way we get the first hits on him.
Scoob, would I have an idea or an understanding of the level of intelligence of such a massive creature like this that's quite old?
That would probably be a nature check.
Okay.
Yeah, I can help out on that too.
Alrighty.
I have a high nature. I'll jump in on that.
Okay, so should I have advantage?
Is this an open conversation you're having with the party or something you're pondering internally?
Well, I was pondering internally, but it is something that I would be discussing with them as I'm trying to figure it out.
I was literally just getting ready to say, I bet you it's a beast creature. It's probably not very intelligent.
I just got a 24 on nature. Nature, I rolled before I knew.
What did you say you got?
A 24.
Oh. Well, I don't guess you need my roll then.
Well, Titus is asking a question, so with advantage. What'd you get, Titus?
Okay. All right.
Not 24, probably.
Yeah. With my -1 modifier.
Yeah.
That is a solid 12.
You're not sure. You know that around the ruins of Berez, there would be crocodiles and crocodilians that got large, similar as large as what you're hearing about for this particular one.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not sure if that age would really give like consciousness
Mm,
or the type of intelligence. Druids can sometimes affect creatures
right.
and give them a kind of a consciousness and an awakened state, but nothing from what you've heard described of Thousand Tooth leads you to think that is the case in this.
Okay. Kind of hearing thinking about this and conversing with the group, I feel the need to at least try to avoid conflict, albeit very likely that we would have conflict.
So you want to mean a bait?
Well, I mean, if I try to talk to him and he doesn't respond the way that I would hope, then I think I would have become the bait at that point.
I think it's default, yeah.
Yeah.
That's debatable. I'm sorry.
Debatable?
Uh-huh.
It was just out there. I had to do it. Air is floating. Eighth grade science teacher. Remember that?
I try a dad to boot.
Yes, and a dad.
Bad joke. I was just thinking of maybe trying to lure him into a place and then having him slip or slide into my black tentacle orb of death.
It's possible, I would imagine, but a creature like that, prone and I guess naturally moving about in marshes and rather slimy and slippery places, I don't know how easy it would be to get him in that situation.
Well, see, I could make the water freeze in front of him, and I cast control water and make ice right in front of Gorr to see if he'll slip.
Gorr, are you okay with this idea?
Well, I'm not asking, I'm just putting the ice down in front of him.
Okay.
Just to show what happens.
Gorr, what's your passive perception?
It's 12.
Okay. You hear the conversation. You hear the conversation, and go ahead and give me an insight check.
I'm just being serious. I wanted to show you how it works.
I think Magic Boy is going to be the bait this time.
Sure, huh? We can all see that.
Uh-huh.
I'm on a different tab. What was it?
5. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're not quite. Don't really see it coming.
No.
And a little and the thing is the walking along the riverbank is fairly dry, so there's not a lot of room for ice to congeal. So as it congeals in front and you step on it, you can hear the crack of ice, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to form to make it like a slippery patch on the grass.
Well, you see, Gorr, that was supposed to be a sheet of ice, and it would have, just to see how it worked. So now we know, this was a good example, now we know not to cast on the riverbank. We need more water. Thank you for your help in this experiment.
And I'm walking.
I grab Magic Man and throw him in the water.
You have to catch me first.
I already did.
Go ahead. Roll that grapple.
Is it strength?
Yep, it's strength.
It's your
Strength or athletics?
And I can use acrobatics or athletics, right?
The grappler, athletics, the grapplee can use either one.
Yeah.
So yeah, athletics for Gorr. Take your pick, Nin. Fire it before you
Acrobatic.
roll.
Acrobatics.
All right.
You roll a 9, but got an 18.
Because it's +8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the same thing. 14. Oh, well, I guess you grabbed me.
So as Nin tries to duck and weave, you just kind of grab him by the back of his shirt.
What'd I tell you about playing around, Magic Man?
Oh, you know, it was an experiment.
Hmm.
We needed somebody, the heaviest person, to step on the ice and see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now, just calm down a little bit.
You want me to be calm, but yet you play tricks on me all the time.
You're right.
Do you want to fly today?
I don't have that spell yet.
Oh, I think you're going to learn, though. And I throw him.
Strength check.
I just keep on walking with Titus.
Remember, I have a mucus layer on top. Does that give me any slipperiness?
You're aerodynamic as you fly through the air.
Natural 20 for 28.
Oh, wow. He's rolling good today, guys.
So yeah, you picked Nin up, had this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
kind of dust, and where do you attempt to toss him?
In the water, as far as I can throw him.
So you toss him, and he's flying. He's out over the water and is coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens as you hit the water?
Well, I start flailing about because I don't remember how to swim, but then suddenly it comes back to me like, you know, like a riding a bicycle. And so I'm swimming, and I come to the bank and say, you know what? That's amazing. I think I remember how to swim now. Thank you.
You're too far away. I can't hear you. What?
He's only about 20 feet from you.
I know, but still, I'm just being sarcastic.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the light now.
I turn around and yell, "Turn the water into ice now!"
Oh yeah, let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to turn the water to ice a little bit, and I make an ice cube.
Make a little platform of ice around you, and
Yeah.
you can kind of stand on it as the current starts to take the little ice sheet with you.
I think I might sit here and ride this for a little
I think that might be best.
while. So I prestidigitate myself dry and sit on the ice cube for a while. It's a 5-foot cube. So I don't know what a 5-foot
we are.
means. If it's 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot, or
That's a lot of ice. Is it really that much ice with the cantrip?
it says 5-foot cubed. I don't know if that's, you know.
Wouldn't that drag you down?
It's a sheet. It's
That's
a few
not
inches
5
thick, a little over 5 feet. It's enough for him to stand on, like it's a little ice kind of platform that's floating along the thing. It's thick enough to where it's not. He can stand on it, but after a little while, the ambient temperature of the water and the humidity in the air is causing the little ice boat of his to start to melt and shrink. And
I think I'll get off it at that next point.
So you get off and you watch your little thing kind of sink away, and you guys continue along.
Anyway, that's what we couldn't do with the crocodile. Put the ice and have them slide. That's an idea. Thank you for your assistance.
Your unwilling participation in my experiment. I still thought you were going to make a snowball and throw it at him. I was so totally thinking that's what you were going to
do. Maybe I'll get Psylocke Snowball Storm the next time I can get snow.
Is it pretty quiet around us other than just normal kind of?
Just the normal ambience. You've been walking for probably about an hour now, and you just following with the lizard folk. Kind of walking kind of with you, and just kind of as you kind of following the bank of the river around. First hour is pretty quiet. Second hour, not too bad. After about the third hour or so, as you're going, Karalee kind of gets you all to stop. As with her passive perception, realizes something seems a little amiss. So I need Nin, Titus, and Gorr. Go ahead and roll an active perception check.
Wrong one.
Nat 20.
All right.
I mean, roll the wrong one. I ain't got an 8.
Okay. So Nin, you're just all focusing on the water and thinking about this great plan you have about freezing a crocodile in place in the water.
Well,
trying to
more or
work
less
out how to do that.
That's right.
Titus, and you and Karalee, as you're both kind of looking, you notice that one of the trees nearby moving, but it's not like moving in the breeze. It's like moving, trying to swat at stuff.
Whomping willow, run away.
Godzilla.
I pointed out. I'm like, look, did you see that?
And as you about 30 feet in front of you, you see this large tree that is swiping, and there's these little creatures. As you look, it looks like there's swarms of rats crawling all over this tree as it stands there. What do you choose to do?
Oof. Well,
once they get my attention on the tree, is there any way we can try to identify it?
No kidding.
Well, first off, with Titus and Karalee, you see this. You let the rest of the party know. Gorr, you can kind of see it, and after a little bit, you finally notice it as well, as you see this tree just swatting at rats.
This is nothing I've ever seen before, right? I mean, even Barovia.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Although that is a good idea for. No, I'm sorry.
Wait,
wrong group.
It's an evil tree. All right.
Yeah.
I pointed out for sure.
Yeah, I pointed out, and I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. Ooh.
So the rats are biting at the roots of the big tree fella.
I'm going to go rush forward and start trying to get the rats off. I don't know. It seems weird. I'll just say, do you need help? I yell out to the tree. Do you need help? As I'm running forward.
So as you call out, And you hear the tree kind of go, "Yes, these rats are a pain." And you all hear the voice as it responds in common.
Well, that's new.
Yes, a talking tree.
So let's roll some initiative then.
Yay.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Hmm.
9.
So 12 for me.
Oh,
How did you get a decimal point in your initiative?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Pretty impressive.
that was really impressive.
An extra 10.
That's I don't know how roll how that happens, but for whatever reason, it's how it's done inside of. I guess due to the class or whatever.
Did you roll in roll 20? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I rolled inside of
Easy.
Beyond D&D Beyond.
Yeah, that's weird.
But it should be the first one. I don't know why it did it twice, but the 18.16, so I can change that. Don't know why
So
it did
it's
it
an 18?
twice. Yeah.
I have a dirty 20 on mine. That's really weird.
I have a
Karalee
9.
got a 20. Gorge, you're supposed to be 18, right?
Yep. Thank you.
Titus?
12.
Nin?
9.
Alrighty, so Karalee off the bat, as you're rushing up on these rats swarming around this swarming all over this tree, what do you choose to do?
I'm just gonna start hitting them with my unarmed strikes, I guess. Just start trying to smash some rats. Man, I have a brief inkling to use fire, and I choose not to the last second. They're not spiders. I just keep saying to myself as I run up, "They're not spiders. They're not spiders. They're not spiders."
Huh.
And I just start hitting some rat. I don't know what to do. It's really weird, but I start hitting some rats out of the tree, I guess.
Alrighty, so you go and you hit the rats. Go and
Yeah,
roll for an attack.
I'm just gonna use unarmed strikes, and I'm actually gonna flurry of blows just because. Why not?
Alrighty.
So that's my key point for that. So that'll be 4 attacks. So all right. So dirty 20. Let's see, 13 plus 6, 19. 24 and 13.
So how many hits?
I don't know. 13 was my lowest roll. Does that hit?
Okay, then all of those hit.
Okay, so 4 hits.
4
So these
hits.
are-
What's the total damage?
Okay. So plus 12. So that's a good roll. So 22. 28. Oh my gosh. That was really good. 34 damage.
Wow.
I rolled a
Nice.
6, 6, and 4. I rolled a 6, 6, 6, 4 on the 4 6-siders. That's crazy.
Alrighty, that's pretty impressive. You do quite a bit of damage to the swarm, and it's now much thinner, a thinner swarm, but it's still there.
I'm just stomping and hitting.
Alrighty, next up is anything else you wish to do, or is that it?
No, that's a lot. I'm good.
All right, next up is Gorr. You're muted, buddy.
Sorry. I'm going to bonus action rage,
Alrighty. Raging.
and I'm going to take out the battle axe, and I'm going to start swinging and hacking at Ratatouille.
Ready? So you move up and start swinging at Ratatouille. Go and roll for attack.
Don't miss. Don't hit the tree.
Well, now you've done it. Now you've said it.
Oh, I shouldn't have said it out loud. That's mine. I jinxed it. Blame me. I just had this vision of Lord of the Rings where, Gimli pulls out his axe in the forest and it doesn't go well.
12 does hit. 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
And going to take another swipe.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, sorry. That was damage for it, but I have to hit first.
Typically.
I don't think you can do 4 damage, right? You got to do way more than 4, right? You got your rage bonus +2, plus your strength bonus.
Yeah, it's acting up, and I don't know what its deal is.
That's impossible, right?
Yeah, you get 2 from rage anyway, right?
Yeah, just alone.
Right.
Plus your strength bonus is probably at least, 3 or 4?
Yeah, I don't know what it's messed up. Go ahead and skip me and come back to me because I don't know what's going on with the second roll. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. You can give it to me in just a little bit.
Okay.
Titus, you're up next. Nin, you're on deck.
All right. I am. Let's see how far away I am. Just enough. So I'm going to move. Oops. Selector. I'm going to move up here.
All right.
And hack and slash.
Okay. Which one? Are you the one right in front of you?
Yes, the one right in front of me.
Okay.
And I am going to at this point, I should have said it before, I am doffing my shield and wielding my great sword this time instead of the long sword.
All right. Make sure you deselect the shield. That way it adjusts your AC accordingly.
It did.
Right.
So my AC is now 20. All right. So first swing. Oof. That was so close to a nat 1. 8 misses, I'm sure.
Yes, actually, an 8 does miss.
Oh, very good. All right. 2 identical rolls, both of them 8s. They both miss. That is my turn.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Gorr, did you figure out your second roll?
Let me try it again. Nat 20 for 28.
Nice. That will definitely hit.
And damage 14.
Alrighty.
Is it 16? 14 plus 2? Because you've erased.
It's still not.
Yeah, roll 20 has it as 16, so.
Yeah, look on roll 20. It's doing it right on roll 20.
Okay. Okay, good. Rage damage. Okay, good. All right. Thank you.
Oh, no big deal. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty. Nin, you're up. What do you wish to do?
Okay, Nin's gonna move over here, full 30 feet. Somewhere around here. And as he's walking or running over there, you would hear, no, we can't do it. It's fire. It'll hurt the tree. But yes, it's fire. It may hurt the tree. It may hurt everybody, but you like fire. Do it. So Nin's going to shoot a firebolt at one of the rats. This guy here.
You should have swore. Okay, go ahead and shoot that firebolt at those rats.
All right. Firebolt.
Would I be able to hear this dual personality conversation going on behind us?
Probably not, but
Roll a perception.
All right. Come on, D&D Beyond.
that's 22
All right.
to hit for 7
Yeah,
points.
Titus,
again.
you would have heard some of the mumbling, some of that back and forth. So it's 22 to hit. 22 will hit. What's the damage then?
7 points fire damage.
7 points of fire damage. Alrighty. They are not happy by that. Alright. This swarm is going to shift its focus to Gorr because Gorr hurt it. They will swarm all over and they will attempt to bite you.
With my crit the second time, wouldn't that have doubled?
Yeah.
It didn't double whenever I did it.
Oh, you got a natural 20, or are you critting on 19s, 18s, and
He had a nat 20 on that roll.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, then it would be max dice plus what you rolled. So what's your damage
Instead-
dice?
Not 12, but
So it was 14 damage and then rage bonus for 2, and then 16 total damage.
so you just add 12 because you're a D12.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I need to subtract another. Okay. Cool.
All right, sorry. Thank you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, he just doubles that. He just gives us the max of the crit dice. So like if it's a D6, you just get automatic 6 on the first one.
So that is a 10 to hit Gorr. Nope. Alrighty. That is their turn.
It is not.
Next swarm had the fire but sees Titus there, so it's going to swarm all over Titus. They're not quite low enough, so Titus. Again, that's a 10 to hit.
Negative.
They just can't find any creaks in that armor of yours.
And they're crawling all over you.
This next one continues to swarm over the Trent. And it cannot find purchase to damage the Trent.
Trent the end.
All right, next one is going to swarm over Karalee. Has a 14 to hit Karalee.
17 armor class. So
Good to go. Alright, we'll attack those swarms. Finds purchase. That'll do it. Alrighty. Back to the top of the order with Karalee.
all right. So there's still a ton of rats, right? Like
Yeah,
bunches
all
of them.
6 swarms are still there. A couple of them are not quite as strong as they were. You're starting to have a pile of dead rats at the base of the tree.
All right, I will keep going at it, I guess. And this time I will just for the same thing, basically. So,
All right.
do another flurry of blows. So, if for some reason mine goes down before I'm done, I'll hit the one next.
All right.
one.
So let's start off with the first two.
Okay. That's going to be 12. Sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry about that. So 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
18 to hit. Same roll.
Yep.
Let's see here. That's only going to be a 14.
That'll hit.
Okay. And 17 to hit. So.
Yep. All hit. What's the total damage?
All right. It's going to be plus 12, 28.
28 total damage. That takes care of one swarm. And the rest of the energy would go to this next swarm, which there's only a few left on that after you're done.
And that's my bonus in my attack, so I'm done.
All right. Gorr, you're up.
I'm just going to keep on swiping at these ones in front of me. So
Okay.
17.
That will hit. Roll damage.
Nine.
Yep. That's enough to kill the remaining on this swarm.
And going to use my movement to stomp on these ones to attack that one.
Okay.
And take a swag at that one. 26.
Total will hit. Roll for damage.
$19.
Wow.
Nice.
Gorr's a fan of nature. Get off the damn tree.
All righty. Titus, you're up. And you're on deck.
All right. 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
That is 9 slashing.
9 slashing. Alrighty. There's a few left.
And then 16 to hit.
16 will hit. Roll damage.
And 11 damage.
Nice. That kills the remainder of that particular swarm.
All right. I will use my movement. Can I get around to the left of this swarm up here?
Yes, you can.
All right. Then I will... Actually, I'll move up here, and then that'll be my turn.
Sounds good. Then you're up.
Fine, then has his crossbow out that he uses to make firebolt, and you can't see anything but the reflection of the firebolt in his eyes as he screams, "Ah!" and is going to shoot the firebolt again.
All right. Which swarm?
Oops. Let me get that. I'm going to do the next closest one.
Okie dokie. Go and roll for attack.
Yeah. Here we go. That's a 26 to hit.
That will hit. Roll
three
damage.
That'll be me.
How much in damage, Nan?
Only 3. Green big point.
All right. Fire.
On fire damage.
Okie dokie. That one. This one is going to swarm over and onto Nin.
Ah,
So that is a 3 to hit.
I kick it in the head.
So they just can't get purchase on you.
It's the mucus.
Head. Swarm. 3. Nope. Can't do anything with the tree. Alrighty. Last swarm is going to attack Titus.
Come at me, bro.
10 to hit. You're like,
Ouch, we hurt our teeth. That's not nice.
alrighty, back to the top. Karalee, you're up. Gorr, you're on deck.
It looks like such a friendly tree.
Does the tree look? I mean, this will sound weird, but does the tree look like scratched up or?
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough. They dealt quite a bit of damage to it before you guys stumbled across it.
All right. Well, if this swarm gets an attack of opportunity, I guess it does. I'm just going to. Actually, hold on. I can use more than one key point around. So I'm going to use one of my key points to do Step of the Wind, to take a disengage action on this one.
Okay.
Roll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to get to there. I'll do my attack action. And I might staff it as I go, and I'm going to staff up the swarm twice
All right.
for an 18 and a 24. No, sorry. I'm sorry. 18 and 19. Roll
Both hit. Roll damage.
And then I will so that's 21 damage. And then I'm going to use my flurry of blows bonus action. I'll do one attack at the swarm for a 19 plus, so for a 27. That's only going to be 4 damage though. And then I'm going to use my another key. So I use that key point for that. And I'm going to use my touch though to do the heal on the tree. So I'm going to do the quicken healing on the tree is going to be that second flurry blow, and that's going to be 5 plus 3, 8 healing to the. Oh wait, sorry, that's my quicken healing. 5 plus 4, so 9 healing to the tree.
All right. How much damage to the swarm on that last hit?
It was 4 damage, so it was a total of 22 damage to the swarm. Yeah. It was I rolled a 1, so.
Alrighty. Sounds good. Gorr, you're up.
As much as I would really like to leave the swarm to stay back here with Magic Man and let him defend for himself.
Help me, Gorr, help me.
The only one that can pick on him is me. And I'll take a couple swings at the swarm.
All right. Swing at the swarm. Hopefully the Queen of Blades doesn't come after you.
Oh man. Hey, Steve, Scoob, I messed up. So I can't, that thing, it would get an attack of opportunity on me. The swarm did. I would not
get
have
an attack of opportunity on you?
Yeah, I would not have used the disengage thing because that's a bonus action. That would have made so I couldn't kill the tree, and that was my whole purpose. So I'll let it, so it gets an attack of opportunity on me.
Yeah, a 3 to hit you.
Okay. I just wanted to be honest, sorry.
Alrighty, Gorr, 14 to hit. That hits. Roll damage.
The 10.
Alright, 10 points.
I'm gonna swing again.
Alright.
14.
Totally will hit. Roll damage.
And 14 damage.
Alrighty. That definitely pushes the swarm to half its population. Not doing so great.
And that'll do it.
Alright, Titus, you're up. Nin, you're on deck.
10 to hit.
10 will hit. Roll damage.
Oh, really? Okay.
Swarm
All
of
right.
rats. I mean, come on.
Wow. 5 damage.
Alright.
And my second attack was a nat 1.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Yep. So, do I drop my sword or?
Typically, that's what happens. You get a nat 1, you drop your sword.
Okay. Can I use the rest of my turn to pick it back up?
You certainly can.
All right, I'll do that, and that'll end my turn.
Alrighty, Nin, you're up.
All right. Can I use a firebolt when he's right on top of me like that?
It's disadvantage.
If you're trying to target the one in front of you, it would be disadvantaged because of the range. If you want to try and shoot the one that Titus is at and ignore the ones that are on you, I would say they would be distracting, so you'd be at disadvantage.
All right. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to scream, "Ah! They're all over me!" And I'm going to put down my crossbow and draw my 2 daggers and go after them
All right,
with a 1-2 punch.
dagger, dagger.
Dagger, dagger. Just need a 3rd dagger. All right. And
15 will hit. Roll damage.
5 piercing,
Alrighty.
and then I have my offhand attack.
All right. Do it.
Dagger numero 2.
Not a Mountain Dew. No, it's a crime.
23 to hit.
Yeah, will totally hit. 4 piercing.
Points of damage.
Alrighty. All right, that swarm is now going to come back at Nin. That is an 11 to hit.
Just misses.
Alrighty.
These rats can't hit Jack. Or
All
Nin.
right, this swarm is going to attack Karalee. That's 5 to hit.
Nope.
Trent is going to attack the swarm near it. Or the swarm that was attacking Karalee, because it's turning the favor. Yeah. So Karalee, as you stand and you see the tree kind of come up with its arms and slam down and kill the remaining rats.
I freak out a little bit. Ooh, ooh. I'm not much bigger than those rats.
All right, the last swarm will attack Titus. That's a 6 to hit, so it doesn't do anything. And we're back to Karalee.
Don't worry, Titus, I'll save you. I'm gonna do my thing. That's a 12 to hit, which I guess hits.
Yep. 12 will hit.
19 to hit.
Yep.
And that's no, that's only a 9. I actually missed. I rolled a
Nope. Third one doesn't hit.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's going to be 7 plus 5 is 12 plus 6. So that's going to be 18 damage. And then I use the third blows, and so I'll do the healing touch again on the tree, and that's going to be that's max damage. So 10 hit points or max
Alrighty.
healing.
Okay, Gorr, you're up. Titus, you're on deck.
I'm just going to continue to
Swipe at the
swack.
rats.
Mm-hmm.
All right, swipe at the rats. Swipe at the rats. Yep, that'll totally hit.
Okay. And 15 damage, slashing.
And that kills the rats.
And I will run up, take a last swipe at these
Swarm
guys. 15.
Will hit. Roll damage.
Yeah, 10 damage slashing.
Alrighty, you managed to kill a few more rats. There's only a few left in this particular swarm.
And that'll end it.
Alright, Titus, you're up.
21 to hit.
Totally will hit.
8 damage.
And that finished off the last of the swarm.
All right. I will clean off my blade in the grass.
Why, you only killed 2.
Hey. Who's keeping count anyway?
I am. Literally. I killed like 90. Even then killed like 40 of them.
I'm
be
conserving
fair-
my energy.
Yeah.
He's there, Gorr. You don't go like 1 to 90. I'm just saying, like it's.
Are you
So
sure?
The tree the tree sits there. Thank you. Friends.
Oh, you're welcome. What are you doing out here in this swamp?
It's my home.
It's a tree, Nen.
Does he still look hurt?
Well, I figured I'd ask.
I don't know how. Are you still injured, sir, or madam, or?
I've been better.
All right, here's my last one. He gets 9 more back.
That's refreshing.
Huh.
Thank you.
No
Hey.
problem.
Say, friend. I'm also a friend of nature. It's good to see you here and to be able to help. Perhaps you could help us.
What
We
do you need?
We're looking for a rather large crocodile. We locals here call him Thousand Teeth, the Devourer. Might you
I
know?
don't know that. But there are large crocodiles. There's one that's particularly large. He's over in that direction, and he kind of points. He reaches a branch out, and it looks like he's trying to point as he points toward the direction you guys were heading. He's that way.
Is
He
there
lives
anything?
in a pool. It's rather dark there.
Pool of water, not on the main river.
Yes. He likes the still water while he...
Well, that's useful information. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We've heard he's quite vicious. He's killed a number of people. Is there anything else you might be able to tell us about him that might help us in either relocating or dispatching him if necessary?
Don't drink the water he's in.
Uh,
Unsanitary, is it?
Not really.
Speaking of water, would you like some cool water?
There's some right there. I'll get some in a minute.
Okay. I can make it very cool and refreshing for you.
That's all right. Cold water makes me sick.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Hey, how old are you?
I don't know.
Does anybody know how you can find the age of a tree?
Yeah, but probably not something we want to do.
I've
Okay.
seen many changes of the season.
Yes. Are there more like you around here?
Yes. Although they're quite far away from each.
Hmm. If we come back this way, what do you call yourself?
I don't know.
Can we call you Trey?
I think Monty would
Monty.
be good.
Excellent. Thank you, Monty, for your information. I hope you have a good day.
I will try now that those pests aren't trying to make a home in me.
One more thing before we go.
Yes.
We've also heard of what the locals have been calling Sahuagin, deep sea-dwelling creatures that hunt all over the ocean and in the waters here. They believe it all belongs to them. Have you seen any of them?
No. They don't come if they live in the ocean, why would they come this far inland?
That's a good question. We don't know the answer to that, but we have heard of them coming through the marshes.
That might be in the deeper sections. I don't go through there very often.
How far away is the pool with the large crocodile?
I'm not sure. I just walk and I pass by, and I remember not to drink the water.
Very good idea. Okay.
Well,
With do you have any of your people that are like yourself that are speaking trees that are near those that pond where uh, that alligator is?
I'm the only one for a great distance. I pass by it every few sunrises.
The only reason why I was asking is if there was a way of having any kind of help or support in case, one of us needed a hand of being picked up or something just to be lifted up in the case of being drugged down. That's all. But I completely understand that you're the only one that's around here. So
The
that
water is not that deep in most of it. You're tall. It shouldn't It shouldn't affect you too much.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we came by and was able to help you, and hope you get better and heal soon.
Thank you.
Is it okay if we rest here? I turn to you guys. Is it okay if we take about an hour?
Sure. It seems only fair. It's also a hot day. Maybe some shade would be helpful.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it.
Although I'm feeling rather cool from my dip before.
It's been a couple hours since you were tossed in the water, so you're a little dried off at this point.
Plus, you dried
But
off.
the fact that it is, you are in a marshy swamp, so it's humid, it's kind of muggy. It's a fairly sunny day.
And that's draining my mucus.
So, is it okay if I do a short rest, Scoob, or do you want to?
Yeah, if you guys want to take an hour or so for a short rest, you can totally do that.
You guys okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went a little crazy on the key points there. So
I
that's kind of fun. I haven't done that in a long time. So
I was very intentional about not using my smite on these little tiny rats.
Yeah. I was just having fun. I wanted to heal the tree. So
And I couldn't help but to use my firebolt.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation about that.
Here we have an hour. We can.
By the way, who's carrying the potion of superior healing that we got from the Lizard Queen?
I seem to be one of the fighting type. What are you guys?
Yeah, I didn't note it down on who had that, but
I thought Titus took it.
All right. Just remember to keep it on hand because I'm a little squishy.
yeah.
Should we give that to one of them? Since we can kind of fill. I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah. I would give it to
Gorr.
Gorr. Yeah, to Gorr.
Mm-hmm.
And Scoob, do you do that? You do bonus action if you're drinking your own potion. Is that right?
Yes, bonus action if you're drinking it yourself. A standard action if you're giving it to somebody else.
So I need to put that in my inventory.
Yeah.
Potion of greater healing.
Superior. It's even better.
Yeah.
While we're all sitting and resting in the shade, I'll throw some shade over to Nin.
Yeah.
And ask him, firebolts, huh? Interesting choice.
Well, I thought about not using fire, but it seemed okay. It seemed they had a lot of bark, and the rats seemed like they couldn't be vulnerable to fire, so I burned their little hides.
You seemed more than a little perplexed by that decision. I definitely heard some of the decision making.
Decision making?
Oh, yes.
I thought it was pretty clear.
Oh, well, one part of you was very clear about the use of the fire. The other part of you seemed to be quite against it, but did not seem to be terribly in control. So what's all that about?
Well, people talk to themselves sometimes.
But they don't usually have full conversations.
Yes, but they don't normally talk back with themselves like that. I mean, we're sitting here under this beautiful, wonderful shade tree, and we're walking towards this enormous thousand-tooth crocodile. I just want to make sure that we're all okay.
Oh, I'm okay. You're okay. We're all okay, aren't we? In our own special way.
No.
I mean.
Well, normally we don't add the little descriptive modifier of in our own special way when we say that we're okay. We just kind of leave it there. But since you brought it up, how is it that you're okay in your own little special way?
Oh, well, ever since you guys helped me get out of Ellery's carnival, I've been feeling more empowered to do things. So that's how I'm okay.
Sure. Yeah. No one's doubting the power, per se.
You know what? I think you might have heard me reliving a dream that I had. Sometimes in dreams, I get information or voices talk to me. That's how I sometimes remember the spells that I had. And maybe the water, when I got thrown in the water, jogged my memory to swim. And so that might have jogged the voices that I hear sometimes in my sleep.
Titus, do you want me to throw him back in the water to jog his memory back?
That might help, actually. I don't know.
Let's table that for now, Gorr. I think later, perhaps.
Okay,
Or I
I'll
think
go back.
you and me are going to be buddies eventually. You just got to understand my sense of humor.
Player doesn't want to ask for it, but I think I need an insight check on whether or not I believe that baloney that Nin just fed us.
Go and roll an insight.
All right.
With assistance.
Yes. So do I get advantage on that insight? Yep. All right.
I just thought if you don't believe him, so
yeah.
That's just full of crud.
How about a 23 on an insight?
Wow. That's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah, it will be hard to beat. What do you want?
I'm not sure about deception. It's not exactly deception, but I'll do that.
I just got a 24 on my insight.
Woof. You're hosed, man.
Oh, 21. Close.
Yep, he is lying through his teeth. There is something about his story that is not making
a lot of things about his story that make it sense.
Not entirely. I mean, he does hear voices in his head, but when he was talking, he didn't realize he was actually vocalizing what you heard in the battle.
I'll say, man, we're friends here. We helped you. We know that you mean well, but something's just off about your story. What's going on? Help us to understand this.
Well, I mean, truthful, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, I do hear voices in my dreams, and sometimes I have odd dreams that deal with fire or deal with pain and darkness and such, but I think maybe that happened to me when I was lost in the woods before I came down and Ellery's carnival picked me up. And then, of course, they didn't help with it, so.
And you really don't remember anything from before that time?
I don't remember anything. Well, I did remember that I knew how to swim when Gorr threw me in. That's a bonus. So maybe I
can do it again.
More.
Yeah, I'll just I'll look at Gorr, kind of glance back at Nin, and I'll say to Nin, look, you hear voices, that's fine. The thing that concerns me is what is the motivation of that voice? seemed to me that the voice in your head was very much for the burning of the rats, despite the danger to our Trent friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I was out of control, huh? A little
You
bit, but I
think?
didn't hit him. I made sure not to hit him.
I'm only
That
concerned
was
then because you also
appreciated.
mentioned something about burning us. And I don't do well with fire.
Burning you? When did I say that?
You said, but you might also burn our friends, but that's okay. I like fire. That was the quote. I'm very clear on quotes about fire.
Well, gee, I don't really remember saying
adjust my
that.
hand
But
to, like, kind of subconsciously, I kind of, my hand kind of goes to my face and
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. Well, I can't remember saying that. I don't really recall. Maybe I wasn't here at the time.
Mhm.
But sometimes I do get that where I'm out of body. You know, you ever have an out of body experience?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying
Hey.
out of mind. No.
Hey,
Yep.
fellas, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just
Mm.
trying to figure out what's going on myself. So I can't tell you what I don't know.
Well, are we having a flying Nen contest again? See if I
My,
can't jar something else out of them.
it might be fun. I don't know.
And
I
I
mean-
remember
You and Titus can both try and see how far you get.
I
I wonder if we find a bigger town
Hmm.
with someone who's much more skilled in the art of healing than I am, if they might cast a better version of the restoration spell that I can cast and see if that helps.
That may be.
or a higher tower that I can yeet him from.
We'll
Oh,
have to wait until the dreams tell me I can fly. But when that happens, I'll be good with it.
But it seemed like you remembered right away once he threw you in the water. So maybe you just have to let him toss you off of a high tower.
I don't think I'm cool with that. I don't think I'm gonna-
I don't know.
all you have to do is just believe.
Just believe. Water tends to be softer than land, at least from a certain height.
I tell you what, you can throw me off if you really want to. If you're like really desiring to throw somebody off a tower,
Yeah, thanks.
as long as it's under. Hold on.
Doing the D6 map in your head.
I have to give the number in my head for my
if it's under 50 feet,
For the cool monk stuff.
Under 25 feet. Oh no, wait, hold on. Falling damage, take 25 damage. Yeah, so as long as it's under, I don't know, 40 feet, we'll say.
That's not a tower. That's barely a building.
yeah, but when I do get a chance to fly,
Mm.
maybe I don't know if I'll get it. It just depends what the dreams tell me I can do. But when that happens, I'll be happy to stand on the tower with you, Gorr, and you can toss me however you want. Seeing as I'm not a dwarf, and I'll be fine.
Mm.
Well, how about we just deal with the crocodile first?
That's a good idea. I think he'll have plenty of room to shoot without getting anybody in the way.
Fine.
Yes. Well, I
It's
was
kind of upsetting.
what, that you can't toss him off of a tower now?
No, that I can't toss him now.
Uh-huh.
Got all worked up about it, but fine.
I mean, I'm not stopping you.
Give me a toss, Gorr.
No, because if I hurt you, then it's my fault. And I feel bad and blah, 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 blah.
You have a good mother, I see.
She died. I don't know. It's a whole story. I don't want to get into it.
I'm sorry. You need to be in touch with your emotions a bit more, I guess.
What? Emotions.
Yeah, I regretted that word as soon as I said it.
Oh. Who are you?
Has this been about an hour now, Steve?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God, yes, I'm leaving. What the hell's wrong with you?
You tell me how
as
did you
you guys have
No.
been resting and you get up and you start walking. Monty sits there and you hear the tree kind of groan as he starts to walk the opposite direction. Kind of
Sorry,
very
tree.
slow, kind of meandering
Jesus.
pace.
Hasta la vista, Monty.
Oh God, tree. Sorry you had to see
That's where we're
that.
going to take a quick break, mid-session breaks. Time to get up, do a bow break, grab a drink or whatnot. Hope you're enjoying everything so far. Stay tuned when we get back. We'll continue on this croc hunt and see how far we can get. Apparently, this group likes to make friends and help those in need. So we will see what happens. Stick around here. We'll be right back.
With all the emotions that are out there and everything else, don't mind my scaly hide. They're not crocodile.
Leave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Sirenscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Sirenscape online player today at Sirenscape.com.
And we're back. Thanks for hanging out, waiting for us. If you're just tuning in, this is a live D&D game running through the Ghost of Saltmarsh adventure. The Danger of Dunwater. Specifically, we are doing the Croc Hunt as a means of improving diplomatic relations. So, after the part, so you guys have finished like the first leg of the journey, the first 3 hours or so. You encountered a tree creature called a Trent named Monty, and saved him from 6 swarms of rats that were crawling all over him, trying to turn him into the latest bed and breakfast for rats.
Woohoo.
Took a short rest and are continuing your journey.
As we're making our way, I'm gonna walk next to Gorr and just say, rage is an emotion. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Not all of them are so distasteful. I'm sure you quite enjoy a good rage every now and then. And
Done.
Yeah.
I don't think he's open to a suggestion.
We could just call it rage and leave it at that if that's better for you. But getting in touch with your rage, I don't know.
Getting in touch with your inner rage.
Might help you kill the monsters, as it were, a little faster.
Mm-hmm. Or we could not talk about it at all. And we can all be better for it. Right, Magic Man?
I think we need to broach the situation when you're open to it.
Which would be never, and we're moving forward.
That's okay. I used to be emotionally repressed too before they found me at the carnival. They can do my magical things, these two. The dynamic duo, as we like to call them.
And now you're full of crap, and now we suspect that you're something else, and now we're still moving forward and just keep going forward.
So you said we're about 3-4 hours into this.
Yeah, you guys are continuing to walk and continuing to follow the path. It gets to the day kind of goes along, stretches in kind of into the dusk, getting close to dusk. You've traveled the majority of the way. There's only a short little stint left to where you kind of get to the area. The lizard folk who are walking with you, who have been quietly listening and not necessarily understanding anything that you guys have talked about all day.
Which is probably for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Indicate to, as you get there, indicate to Titus. It's like they kind of point off. And it's like it's just another mile or so in that direction. Just over that, there's a small rise. That kind of descent. Just over that is where we've seen the creature.
Does that jive with what Monty told us?
Roughly.
Oh, okay.
You've been walking in the same general direction, just following the river, kind of. But in the end, if you're trusting your guides, they kind of indicate as you've spent the entire day walking along the riverbank, seeing a couple of various creatures and whatnot, and the general ambiance of the area. It's been a full day. You have the option as you get into evening. You're only about a mile away. from where the crocodile's home is.
Let's
What do
do
you
it.
wish to do?
Oh, let's rest here and camp here, I should say, and go fresh in the morning, right? Is that what we kind of talked about?
I think it's better during the daylight.
Yes.
I know that a couple of you, I know that well, you can see in the dark, man, but we can't.
I mean, I can fix that for two of you.
Well, just probably better to save that for attacking if we can just go in the daytime.
Yeah. All you have to do is light carrots is all.
Yes. Well, I, for one, am in agreement that we should take the evening to rest. We should sleep in shifts so that someone's always on watch. But we all get the benefit of a long rest and the benefit of the daylight to see this creature a little better.
Yeah.
So we have something of an even battlefield.
Agreed.
Sounds good.
I'll take
And-
first watch.
I would also suggest that we do not camp against the river.
No.
Yeah. Excellent idea.
Yeah.
Can the lizard men see in the dark?
I'm pretty
You have
sure.
a little bit of dark vision.
But they're not here to help. They're just here to guide.
Yeah. Or they can say, look out, there's a big crocodile coming.
I doubt it.
No, it doesn't appear that they have dark vision.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, over in the nighttime, I can give two of you dark vision. And I have it naturally, so we can have at least 3 people on watch that can see.
Is that a concentration?
No.
Okay.
But I need to get full amount of sleep if I want to use it again. So probably best that I cast it now, and then after 8 hours of sleep, it should come back to me. As long as I have enough carrots to go around.
Yep. So I would agree with that.
All right, so I'm gonna cast Dark Vision on Titus, and who else wants it?
Gorr is going to take first watch, so
Okay, Gorr. And I'm going to twin the spell so I get two targets with that using meta magic.
Okay. You cast, and now Gorr and Titus can't, for the next 8 hours, will be able to see in the dark for 60 feet.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you do as you set up camp, starting with Gorr? The lizard folk help you find a spot that's suitable, that's not near the river, so you don't have to worry about finding a site. But as you go to set up camp and get ready for your first watch, what is Gorr's routine for that?
Gorr's routine is to set up a hidden fire that doesn't go high, but also has chopped down some wood where the stakes kind of go at an angle where it doesn't raise, light doesn't go up, so creatures won't see the light, but still gives out radiant heat for the people around it. And then I put my stuff around it.
All right.
And then I then just take out my rations and warm it up a little bit around the fire, and then get ready to start my watch.
All right. Titus, how do you set up camp?
Much the same as Gorr. Obviously, no need to set up a new fire. But I'm going to position myself so that I have my back against a tree,
Okay.
and just having my sword at my side and keeping an eye out for anything that is moving. And yeah, that's really it. Just I'll spend a few moments to eat some rations and just stand on guard.
All right. Nin, what is Nin's campsite routine?
Well, he's going to warm some rations from the campfire that was so nicely made by Gorr. And he's going to look into his pouch and make sure his spell components are there. And then he's going to get up into a tree if it's possible, and sack out up there until his watch is ready.
Okay.
He thinks about pulling out his pan flute, but he decides against it.
Okay. Go and give me an athletics to climb up the tree.
Athletics or acrobatic?
Athletics.
Okay. Oh, that's worse than a 1. That's a 0.
Yeah, you get up there. It takes you a little bit. It's like the first couple of branches you try to grab kind of snap on under your weight, which confuses you.
Yeah,
Let me help you.
But after about the third tree, you finally find one strong enough to hold your weight as you climb up.
That's right. And he makes himself comfortable in a ball.
Karalee, what's your campsite routine?
Not much different than everybody else. I just get my rations, but I take it out, and I will try to I'll just kind of stay by the campfire. And is it what do we do in watch order, guys? Wise.
I believe it was Gorr was taking the first watch.
Okay.
Who's got second watch? Titus. Who's got third?
Yeah.
And
I'll do the last one. That'll be in the morning, and that way I'll be able to see probably best. So.
Okay.
So I just kind of I just tell her, I said, well, good night, boys. I'm gonna get some rest, and I'll just basically kind of sack out and just rest till morning. I'm gonna stay close to the fire though.
Okay.
But
you're gonna stay close to the fire?
Close enough to stay like warm, but when I meant to say my back to the fire, like meaning that I want to be looking out away from the fire.
Gotcha.
There's a barrier on one of the sides, so it's not an open flame on all sides. So you can be on that side.
Yeah. That's the side I will be on for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. So get up for our first watch. The lizard folk jump in and for a watch shift as well, just because to share the load. So the watches aren't terribly long as you kind of sack out for the evening. Gorr, as you go through your watch, what do you do during your watch?
Me being used to this because of me being on the city watch, I know that alternating walking around, not taking the same path twice, watching where I step and looking around and actively listening, try not to draw weapons, try not to make any noises, staying still in different spots, and just walking around the campsite and making sure that anything that stirs gets my attention, and paying active listening and making sure that whatever's moving knows that I'm here and knows that we're here.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
That's going to be really bad.
Nice.
17. Because it's disadvantaged because of my armor.
Still, that's really good. Go and roll a perception check since you're actively listening.
Yeah, this is better. $16.
All right, so through the course of your watch, you notice a little bit of movement, mostly small creatures, kind of back and forth. The marsh area itself isn't that prevalent to one side, and the river at a couple of points at one point during your watch, as you're kind of there being quiet, you notice a group of deer come out of the marsh, come down to the river, drink for a little bit, and then kind of move along back into the marsh.
And you also notice Nin having a restless sleep. He's kind of rolling around the tree branch, going, no, not that, no. But
Nin, go ahead and roll your acrobatics check
okay,
with disadvantage because you're asleep.
yeah,
Should have tied yourself in.
acrobatics. Oh man, that's a 9. With a +6, I got a 9.
So while you're having your nightmare, you actually roll off the branch and fall. Now, how far up to the tree did you climb?
Only to the first branch.
Okay, so it's less than 10 feet, so you don't take much in the terms of fall damage, but it's definitely enough to kind of wake you up for a moment, and you kind of look about your surroundings as you're all of a sudden on the ground.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's going on over there?
According to Jason, that's one death saving throw gone, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Nin doesn't.
Sorry, had to be done.
I didn't
Sorry.
say it. I didn't say it. He did. Sorry. If you're watching, you know who you're watching. You know what's going on.
Nin doesn't wake up right away, and he goes. Yes. Yeah, that would be useful. I think I can do that. And you told me I could do it already. And he wakes up and is looking at Gorr, and he's like, what happened?
You fell down from your apartment in the sky.
Oh. Well, how did I do that?
You had a nightmare, I guess, a dream, and you freaked out, and you said stuff whenever you fell down.
Oh. All right, well.
And you agreed to do something before you just noticed me. So, what did you just agree to do?
Oh. There was a woman's voice, a nice voice.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was also a hideous voice where they were trying to hurt the woman, but the woman said, I can use a spell to make people invisible now. And I said, that ought to be useful. And she said, yes, it helped us when we were trying to escape. But that's all I got. thanks for waking me up.
Your fall woke you up, but go back to sleep.
All right, thanks. He's just gonna curl up at the base of the tree this time and just sack out there.
Yeah, it might be safer.
Yeah, I think so.
Further thereafter, Gorr, your shift comes to an end. You wake up Titus, and now it's Titus's shift on watch. Titus, as you wake up, and Gorr kind of tells you notice Nin is no longer in the tree, but on the ground at the base of the tree.
I take it the fall didn't jog his memory.
Oh, no, it jogged his memory all right. But I didn't do it this time. I promise. I mean, it did something. It knocked a couple of screws loose, I think. Maybe a marble. He said something about a lady telling him about something about being invisible and how it helped them escape. And he thanked me for waking him up, but it was really him falling on his
On his head.
gills, face, butt. I don't know what fell. I just heard a and yeah. I told him to just sleep on the ground. It might be safer for him, because I don't know why someone as squishy as him wants to go high in a tree and then falls down. That's not smart. And I'm dumb. And that's not smart.
So, aside from a falling Nin, anything else to report?
Deer.
Uh,
That's it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Well, I've got it from here then.
Oh, okay. I guess it's like,
All right, Titus, how do you spend your watch?
I am no stranger to the dark and dreary, creepy places from Barovia. So I am definitely leery of everything around. Paying close attention to the water of the river and everything that is deeper into the marsh. Keeping eyes peeled, looking everywhere, and very much like Gorr did, kind of making a constant route of the campground and trying quietly as I can to see if I can notice any movement.
All right, go and roll a stealth check and perception check.
All right, stealth is at a disadvantage. All right, I click. Did it roll? Let's try it again. Oh, I can't see it getting any better than that. Yeah, so I'll go with that disadvantage stealth roll of a nat 1. All right. And perception, 6.
Unbeknownst to you.
Of course.
Unbeknownst to you, as you're walking, at some point you kind of don't pay attention, and you step, and you step on a twig, and it kind of cracks kind of loud, and you kind of like, okay. Off in the distance, outside of your vision, a group of a boar that had been grazing nearby hears it, and you hear the sound of it as it like tears off running, because obviously scared it more than it was scared of you.
Yeah. So I'm like grabbing my sword, and I'm like, yep,
not you hear all the various sounds, the croaking and everything, and this boar running through the brush.
Yeah. So I do the whole like backing back towards the camp.
Your shift comes to nears its end.
All right, and then I guess Nin is the next.
Nin is taking over for the next one for the Twilight shift.
All right, I'll poke Nin with the sheath of my sword to wake him up.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
Knock
Wake
it
up.
off. What, huh?
It's your shift. It's your watch.
Oh, okay.
You gonna be all right to do that?
How did I get out of the tree?
Gravity.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll be ready. I'm good. Could you see anything when you were on guard?
No, I think I scared off some animals, but that's pretty much it.
Any of your little raccoon friends?
Raccoon friends? No.
The guy you talked to by the... Never mind. Okay. All right, I'm good. You can go to sleep. I got it covered.
No. All right. Get up now.
All right. He stands up and begins doing a similar thing, kind of hiding behind trees and looking at the same time.
All right. Go ahead and do your stealth and your perception rolls.
All right. No. Oh, man. I'm not doing jack. This better turn around for combat. 5.
Okay. And what'd you get on your perception?
Perception. Oh, that's better. 19.
So, darting from tree to tree and kind of walking about, you're not very quiet.
Nope.
You seem to brush through a lot of kind of the underbrush and kick a few twigs and rocks and stuff. As such, and from what you can tell, there aren't a lot of large creatures. But you kind of hear a faint noise in the distance, like a splash, and perhaps even what might sound like an animal cry out, and then the splash, and then everything gets quiet after like eerily quiet. Then slowly you start hearing the sounds of like crickets and frogs and the normal nighttime ambience start up.
Can I tell how far away that was?
It carried a bit, so it's probably a little less than a mile from your current location.
All right. Well, Nin is going to.
And it's from deeper within the marsh, not from the river.
Not from the river. Huh? So, back this way on our roll 20.
That map's not accurate.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it was back into the marsh.
Yeah, back into the marsh.
Okay. And then he's going to stay extra sharp if he can, and wait until the next shift.
Which the next one will be the lizard folk. You wake them up, they take their shift, kind of nod, although they can't really communicate, and then they do their shift. Everything's kind of quiet during that shift, and then they wake up Karalee.
So I get up. I mean, it's probably relatively getting light out, I'm guessing.
Yeah, this is that late night, early morning. It's like if you about halfway through your watch, you start to see the beginnings of dawn. Everything's starting to get a little lighter out.
So I begin my watch by keeping careful eye on things. I'm still paying attention to what's around me, but I also begin my kind of my morning routine and ritual a little bit with the rising of the sun to make sure that I'm up and ready for that. And just kind of keep an eye on everything, but also use this time to commune, with Lathander / Palar, whatever you want to call him. And
Nothing really flags on your passive as you're focusing on your meditations. So as you finish your meditations, it's pretty late in the whole pre-dawn cycle. Dawn is not too far off.
And then I will just I kind of look and see that Nin's on the ground and kind of shake my head a little bit. and then as soon as it's time, I will start up the fire again for warming up some stuff for breakfast for everybody.
All right. At this point, everyone starts to wake up as you start to kind of sense there's a little more activity and a little more movement around camp. And the morning pre-dawn light is kind of giving that wake up to you. The lizard folk, as you guys start moving and getting through there, the lizard folk tell Titus in Draconic that in the middle of their shift, they noticed probably a few hundred feet off. Well, because they would do, one would be there, one would go out and back in kind of a line of sight thing, just to keep an eye out. They noticed that a troll had come by, came to the water's edge, fished out some crabs and ate them, and then kind of wandered off again. But they were very careful not to attract its attention.
Good thing. A troll, huh?
I'll communicate that to the party.
Well, that's good. Trolls are nasty, if what I've heard is true.
Good thing that I built that fire where it didn't draw attention.
Yeah, I don't know if the lizard folk told you, Karalee, but when I was on guard, there was a kind of a splash from farther into the marsh, and it sounded a little bit like an animal in distress or something like that. Then it all got quiet pretty quickly afterward.
Well, I guess we're near the domain of Thousand Tooth, so I guess we should go and.
Anything you wish to do to prepare before you go over?
Yeah.
They tend to hunt at night, and they sleep during the day, so it was probably dinner time.
And Nin rubs his eyebrow, which you can see is just coming in, because he had shaved it off before. And he says, before we go and attack, I can make two of you invisible if we want to use that. So before we rush in, let's prepare. I don't know how far away it is. Invisibility will last about an hour.
It's a little over an hour's walk from where you're
Right on that.
So I don't want to put it on just now.
Let's wait on that.
Yes, I'd say let's wait. I appreciate it. I hope that it could be effective for us. Although Gorr and I aren't exactly the quiet sort.
No, that's true.
I'm very quiet.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
You don't wear armor, right, Gorr?
I don't talk very much. I'm very quiet.
Well, it's the armor that we're wearing that I was referring to.
Yeah.
You wear armor, Gorr?
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. This stuff.
Chink, 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 chink.
Some barbarians don't wear it, so I just wasn't sure.
Hey, Steve, will I be able to use my disguise kit to make like camouflage?
Yeah, you could try. You could certainly try that. Trying to make yourself like a ghillie suit or something, or are you just trying to?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is actually a charisma.
Yeah.
But disguise it. That's a 16.
So you guys watch Nin as he's sitting there, kind of picking through various leaves and sticks and little brush and kind of trying to attach them around his clothes. Kind of some of it doesn't really stay on very well because he doesn't quite have it, but he tries to fit stuff in there to make himself look like kind of a walking bush.
Yeah,
he's really proud of the work he's done to make this outfit. You guys look at it and see that it's a lot of missing patches, and as he moves, stuff falls off because it's not attached very well.
I don't say a word.
I can throw you in the mud and it'll stick to you a whole lot better as soon as the sun hits you.
That's a good idea.
We'll go. Get in the mud.
All right, I'm going to slide and
just
throw some mud on my face and arms and hands. Most of my body is already covered by my cloak.
Just get in there. Just all over.
You come out and the stuff does stick, so you have a much more passable thing.
Yeah.
All right.
See?
Good idea.
Yeah.
So is this where the lizard folk will stay when we go, or are they going to get us?
Yeah, closer? they're gonna stay there. They're gonna come close. They're gonna follow along, but once you get in to where the pool is, they're not gonna go any further. Just gonna be the four of you.
So that could be a good time to use your invisible if you wanted to. When we get to the pool.
Yeah.
Anything else before you start trudging into the marsh?
I've grabbed my shield and got it kind of braced against my my arm again, so that I can be ready for whatever comes out.
Okay. All right. You guys start trudging in. Anything else?
I just have my axe out and sitting there just waiting.
All right. So you guys start trudging in. You know, you actually have to leave the riverbank, trudge into the marsh.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly slow going. You're feeling in areas where your legs kind of hit the ground and they kind of sink a bit, and then back out. So it's got that as you kind of going through and trudging through the water. Bugs are just all over the place. Nin, for some strange reason, does not have to deal with a lot of bugs buzzing around him. Can't quite figure out why. But soon you guys get to a spot where you see the ground start to slope down, and there's this like mist that kind of clings there. It's that kind of really humid kind of mist over the top of the water. It comes down, it slopes down into a tangle of trees, and you have this blanket of mist. It's about waist high on Karalee, a little over waist high on Karalee, so you guys can see over it, but it's thick enough it just kind of covers this whole little kind of basin area. You see a large pool of water that's about, base estimate, it's probably about 60 feet in diameter. At the center of the pool is this mound of mud.
Mound of mud. That doesn't look natural.
About every minute or two, I'm next to Nan and I keep saying, "Hey, make me clean." every 2 minutes.
Make me what?
Make me clean.
Clean.
You guys are standing at the rim of this.
Prestidigitation.
The rim of this little basin area as it slopes down toward the pool.
And I'm going to pull on my leather bracelet and cast mage armor on myself.
Alrighty.
I'm drawing my sword as quietly as I can and getting in a defensive stance.
Do we want to try to draw them out or get them with two of us invisible, or how do we want to do this?
Go get him, Titus. Go talk him out.
You're serious about trying to talk to him, right, Titus?
I was, although I'm not convinced that he will even understand me.
All these bones all around here. That's plenty of talking points for me, but for you, you go right ahead.
The water is a very kind of brackish. You can't see through the water, and you do see bits of bone that are just kind of protruding along the edges.
I
That's
think
proof.
we're not going to be able to talk to this thing.
But we could talk to it with this.
Perhaps I can draw them out with the cries of a wounded deer. Or we can put the big turkey leg in the water and see who gets it first.
I will throw you in the water right now, Magic Man.
This is the man you're talking about, Steve, right here?
Yep.
Okay.
That's roughly about the center, so it's about 30 feet through the water.
I don't think we want to go in the water.
No.
I don't want to go in the water. I don't even want Gorr to throw me in the water, even though it's fun.
Can we sense any movement, sounds of movement in the water at all?
Nope, the water is no movement. Water.
Okay. Well,
but Karalee notices that off to the north, you're getting a sense that something's approaching. And after a little bit, you guys all start to hear a pair of voices that seem to be arguing.
Arguing?
In what language?
What languages do you speak?
Draconic, Common, and Undercommon.
You can't make out the words.
Okay.
Karalee, Gorr, what language do you guys speak?
The only thing extra I have is Celestial and Halfling, but
No, you're not able to make sense of what they're talking about.
Giant and common.
All right.
I speak Elvish, Common, and another one.
What? Okay. Gorr, you can actually make out what they're saying. And it's like, it seems to be a pair of gruff, bassy voices arguing about which way to go. You hear one is like, why we go this way? We were told to go the other way. The other one's like, because this is the easy way. The other way's the long way. And after a little while, you see to the north, a pair of ogres are just kind of trudging through the north end of this little area, debating on which way to go.
Are they headed to the dark pool?
They're not heading toward the pool, but they're passing alongside the pool.
And we can see this.
After a little bit, yeah, you can see them. They're consumed in their conversation, so you have a few moments to react.
I'm gonna make an illusion of a sound of a person's voice over here.
Okay.
Now, I tell the people, my party, that I can understand them and what they're arguing about, so that they at least know that they're ogres and that they're arguing on which way they're going.
I think we just found our bait.
Yes. That sound is going to be somebody yelling for help.
How deep is the water, Steve?
You can't tell. If you were to go to the edge and kind of put a staff in, it seems it goes in and it kind of sinks in a little bit.
Okay.
But you're not, because the water is so brackish in color, you can't tell how deep.
Right. For now, I'll just try to hide, like in this tree here. I mean, on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're all hiding.
yeah, I'm gonna hide as well.
Okay.
13 plus 19 is my stealth.
Cool.
I just have my crossbow out at the ready.
That's a 12 for myself.
$15 on stealth for me.
Nice.
I'm still making that noise with some splashing going on. Help! Splash, splash, help!
How are you doing that?
That is a minor illusion.
Does the illusion have a physical form to make a splash?
No, but I can make it sound like anything I want.
You making it so what's the illusion is?
It's sound. It's
So you're making a sound.
Yeah, it's I can create a sound. The volume can range anywhere from a whisper to a scream. Give me your voice or any other sound you choose. The sound.
Which sound is it? Is it a person crying for help or is it splashing?
Well, I can also create discrete sounds at different times before the spell ends.
Okay.
So
there's no physical form. There's just splashing. It's just this, and there's nothing happening to the water. There's just the sound of splashing.
Exactly.
And what sounds like someone calling for help.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Titus, what were you doing?
I was also hiding, stealth of 14.
Okay. So you have the sound and the ogres stop and they come up to the water's edge on either side of a large tree. And they look, and they're just kind of looking about, trying to look for something to go with the sound.
I'm gonna make this sound like it's getting further away, behind the mud, behind the. I don't know why my clicker isn't working. Behind the mud pile.
It's not tall enough to obscure the vision to the other side of the bank.
Oh yeah, well they're ogres anyway. They're tall.
But they're looking about.
So now I'll change it to a visual illusion and have it look like a person trying to swim to the other shore.
Okay.
But no sound this time.
But no sound, just an illusion of something swimming across the water.
Yeah, I'm a person.
Okay.
Like a child or something like that. they can try and disbelieve the illusion with a 15 intelligence investigation check.
So as they're staring there, Karalee, as you're kind of in there, kind of watching as all this is going on, you get the perception that there's some other movement. And as you go to look about, a giant snake drops down onto Gorr and onto one of the ogres. This large kind of constrictor snake has come down and starting to wrap itself around Gorr.
Can I
And
use
that'll
my
be the start of the
reaction?
initiative rolls.
Can I use my reaction to throw it?
Yes, you may.
Would that be strength or athletics?
Yeah, it would be a strength thing because you're trying. The snake hasn't gotten into a position to coil down, so you have you have a reaction. You have an opportunity to push yourself out of it. That'll do it. So as it comes down, you're able to push the snake off of you and kind of push yourself away.
I was really wanting to throw it into the water, but that's fine. I'll get away from it. That's even better. Beggars can't be choosers. Not on me, so whatever.
It's a 13 for me on initiative.
All right. Titus got a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Gorr, what'd you get?
I got a 6. They rolled it twice again.
Nin?
21.
21?
Yeah.
Karalee?
I only got 10.
Alrighty. Top of the order with Nin.
Second one. That was a mistake. Alright, so let me see what we got here. Okay, we got the snake and the ogres. Gorr just threw the snake off into the bushes.
He pushed himself out of it. There's enough of the snake still in the tree. He wasn't dislodging the snake from the tree, but he dislodged himself from starting to get coiled up into the snake.
Okay, can I see what the ogres are doing?
One of the ogres has a snake coiled around it. It wasn't able to break the grapple. And the other ogre is going to be moving over to assist.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'm going to hold my action. I'm going to wait to see if the snake comes at us again, or if it goes towards the ogre. If it comes at us, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on it.
Okay.
If
So
it
if the
moves
snake
toward-
attacks anybody in the party, you're going to cast Mind Sliver.
Mind Sliver, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else?
I'm saying just holding my action for now.
Okay.
And I'm still having, well, the person here is still struggling to win as an illusion.
All right.
Oh, and I also moved behind Gorr here.
Okay. Alrighty, so it is going to slither. Gonna reach, try and move and reach out toward Gorr again.
Alright.
Alright, go ahead and do your mind sliver.
Okay. That's a 15 intelligence save.
Fails the save.
So it takes 12 points of damage, but doesn't make any sound.
Okay.
You see the snake wincing in pain, but that's all you see.
Alright. Titus, you're up. Karalee, you're on deck.
Alrighty, I'm going to move over here and slashy.
Alright, slashy.
17 to hit.
17 will hit. Roll damage.
All right. Ooh, 11 slashing damage.
Nice.
And then a 12 to hit.
12 just hits. Roll damage.
Another max die. 11 additional slashing damage.
Nice.
Wow. Right.
Making short work on this.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
That'll be my turn. That's it.
Alrighty. Karalee is up.
Just based on my size and where I am, I don't want to risk it. I have my crossbow ready, so I'm just going to shoot it twice. I got a 24 and a 17.
Both hit. Roll damage.
Okay, I have a 7 plus 3, 10, and a 6, so 16 damage.
All right. And that was on the snake, right?
Yes,
Good, solid hits.
and that's it for me.
Just looking at the turn order, mine should be 18 instead of 11. Or actually 21.
Sorry, say that again.
My initiative should be 21 instead of 11.
How did it do that?
I don't know.
You had him go first, so it didn't change anything. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Gorr, you're up.
Is this thing still alive next to me?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Is this snake still alive next to me?
Yes. Yes, it is. It's not in a very good spot, but it is still alive. It's bleeding from a couple of very decent slash wounds and on whatever Karalee did to it. I don't know. You threw something at it, right?
Crossbow.
Oh yeah. So it's got a couple of crossbow bolts and stuff.
Let's see if I can change that. 24 to hit.
That will totally hit.
And 6.
6 damage.
Well, 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. It's still alive, but barely.
I'll take a bonus action and start to rage again,
Okay.
and I will swing once more. Natural 20
Nice.
for 28.
Don't bother rolling your dice.
Oh,
Don't bother rolling your dice. It is dead. Fall and starts to kind of hang limply in the tree.
I'm going to slowly and as quietly as possible pull it down because I have an idea.
I have a cunning plan.
All right. So you start to
Because
pull it down.
Yep.
Okay. That
my
is ogres.
Yep.
This one. Yeah. He's still restrained, and the snake's hold is getting tighter. Hit the snake. Totally does that. Alrighty, top of the order with Nin.
I'm just going to wait and see what happens with the ogres.
Okay.
Wow. Filmation the image over
Light
here.
say, Titus, you're up. The constrictor is still closing in and wrapping in on the ogre.
Okay, so let me see how far. Oof.
I have an idea on how to draw out the critter and get these two to do heavy lifting for us.
Oh,
And use this snake as bait.
so should I not go over to engage them?
I would not.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to well, I'll ask Gorr if there's something I can do in this moment other than standing ready for whatever comes out of the water.
If you want to start chopping up pieces to make it bloody, that might help.
I will do that. I will make whatever the snake version of sushi is.
Alrighty, so you start carving up the snake. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Karalee, what about you?
I'm just going to hold my action. If something comes to attack one of us, I'll shoot with my crossbow.
Okay.
If I see them doing this.
Gorr, odds or evens?
Evens.
Evens? Alrighty. Okay. Gorr, you're up.
Would I even get myself into? Nothing? Okay.
Dude,
Sorry.
as far as you can tell, there's the ogres are fighting with a giant constrictor, and you're cutting up a giant constrictor.
Okay. I take the biggest piece of the constrictor. I ball it up as best as I can. I tell my party members to try to throw right here, and I'm going to throw the biggest piece that's left over in the same spot, but try to do it at the same time.
So you hand everybody a piece of constrictor and tell them to throw it, go to the edge, and throw it out into the pool.
Yep. In the hopes to draw it out where it's going to be facing, and as soon as we throw it, we're going to run back to cover so that whenever it comes out, it's going to be facing two ogres fighting over a constrictor snake, and then go charging after it, and we hopefully will have popcorn and watch a show. That
Sounds
is
like
the
a great
hope.
plan.
You go to hand me the snake though, and I just point to my arm, and yeah, it's pretty much sagging. I have like no strength at all. I wouldn't be able to get it anywhere.
Same with me, but
Give them the smaller pieces.
there you go.
I attach them to my crossbow. And shit.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, what you
No,
can.
it's a great idea. I just not my characters wouldn't be very helpful. So.
If you can aim with your crossbow for that area,
Yeah.
and then the same thing without fire. That would be great. So, DM, what do we need to do to roll for this?
Roll for snake.
It would be an improvised throwing weapon, basically. So just a strength check. Just do a strength check to chuck out your snake chunk.
Yeah, I'm not sure my -1 would have helped very much.
22.
22. So yeah, you have a big chunk of it. And do you stand are you where you're standing, or do you get closer to the edge of the edge of the water? What do you do?
I get a little bit further down from where they're at. About here.
Okay. So now you're kind of there. You're about ankle deep in the water.
Mm-hmm.
You chuck your bit of snake bit. You see it sail over and splash,
Mhm.
and you kind of watch. And then as you look down, you notice there's a little bulb sticking out of the water as it grows to rise, and you see the maw of a giant crocodile right at your waist, coming in to grab at you.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end for this week's session.
Ah.
I fire.
I knew it. Yep.
Dang it.
It was a good plan.
If you just could have left well enough alone, it might have gone the other way. You never would have known, though.
So,
Yeah. How could you possibly have known?
I mean,
I was wondering, like, oh man, this is so loud. I'm sure it's already out, but
Yeah.
but I wouldn't.
I was hoping that it was asleep.
Well, it needed something to break the water surface.
Yep. That's all I wanted, is to break the water surface and wake it up and have it go that way.
Well, at least it's out in the open now.
Yeah.
it is out in the open.
Yeah.
Titus,
Neat.
quick, talk to it.
Get it, Titus. Oh, brother. Well, at least I'm raging, though.
Hey.
Yeah, you are raging. So we have our initiative count as it is. So when we come back, next week, we'll pick up with Nin at the top of the order, because the ogres will continue dealing with the snake. It broke its grapple from the snake, and the other one hit it again with its great club. So they're occupied up there, and now you guys have this giant crocodile in your face.
It's fine.
Seems fair.
It'll be fine.
He's not as big as I
Well-made
thought.
plan. And I could talk to them and say, hey, come on here and help us.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll understand me and do it, right?
Well, if they understand
You
you,
speak
they help
giant.
you.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah,
Goliath,
ogres.
so there's a chance.
Ogres are known to be very clever.
What's in it for us?
Free
Shoes.
crocodile meat. Just kidding.
Shoes and
Shoes and a purse. Remember, we decided this already. Shoes and a purse.
But thank you
Boots and-
everyone for sticking with us all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when future videos come out. Be sure to come back and check us out next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, here on this YouTube channel to see what happens next. Do they get their shiny new crocodile boots and crocodile handbag? Or does the crocodile get a shiny new meal for breakfast? We'll find out next week. Tomorrow morning, Sunday with Scoo, paint minis, hanging out, chatting with friends. And Tuesday is Scuba and the Rye. Next Saturday, we start off with Shadow Watch at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then we're back here for Challenge Accepted 8 Eastern. Thank you to my cast for hanging out. Thank you to Sirenscape for these cool different sound bites. We actually are doing the actual Ghost of Saltmarsh sound sets and the battle for Thousand Teeth that they did create. So
Excellent.
awesome. Check out Sirenscape for that. With that, you guys have a wonderful evening, a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe, do the things, and we will see you on our next stream. Good night, everybody.
Night.
All right.